coming up on Hot Shots.
That triple crown, never been done before. I'm kind of panicking at this moment, thinking, what am I going to do?
It's ready to play. I personally try to micromanage everything. See how the magazine's hitting in the forearm, you can always just stick, and that seems to turn off everybody.
Let's go.
3 of the best shooters on earth.
I've won just about every competition there ever was.
Mic'd up and behind the scenes.
This is what I've always dreamt of being.
This is total access to shooting's biggest star.
Ready to go make some racket.
The Hot Shots. It's one of the most elusive titles in all of sports. And the action shooting game is still patiently waiting for the first winner of its Triple Crown. Max Michel has as good a chance as any of being the one to do it. While horse racing has the Kentucky Derby, Belmont, and Preakness, pistol shooting's holy grail is made up of the ProAm, Steel Challenge, and Handgun National. Win 1, you're a star. Win 3, you're a legend.
I've accomplished a lot of things in my career, during my time in the Army and now my time with Sig Sauer and my other sponsors. But that Triple Crown, it's never been done before, but I'm always looking for opportunities to be that guy that is the first in anything that I do.
The ProAm in Frostproof, Florida is the first jewel to be had. The best pistol shooters on the planet are here for a one-day, 8-stage shootout. The format is simple. He who knocks down the most steel targets within the allotted time is the one who will be alone in having Triple Crown aspirations at the Steel Challenge, which is just a week away.
It's really become one of the better, more exciting events to watch and compete in, but in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking Triple Crown, and nobody else might not be thinking that at this moment. But I have to forget about the end result and just focus on the task at hand, and that's the Pro-Am in the very first stage of this match.
As is his custom, Max is leaving nothing to chance.
Do a couple dry fire draws here. We got that rain coming. A little bit of rain's already been here. So now the lens on the scope is getting a little bit splattered up with some raindrops, so it's pretty good practice here. It's right about 20 yards, hitting right where I'd like it to. For me, relatively good fist-sized group at 20 yards, shooting about every half second or so. It's about where I need it, so we'll go on and shoot the match, see what happens.
But sometimes it's the simple things that are the easiest to overlook.
Sounds like they're starting the match, so
like the time.
I'm gonna go ahead over there to my first stage and get my mags loaded up, do a little bit of stretching and get going.
But it's too late. There's an unwritten rule among the top shooters. You show up last, you shoot first. It's not the way an analytical shooter like Max prefers to start his day, especially at a major championship.
I show up and what do you know? Max, you're the first shooter. I still have to load magazines and I'm kind of panicking at this moment thinking, what am I going to do? What's the best way to attack this course of fire?
The first stage features 34 targets and a par time, the amount of time you have to shoot, of 19 seconds.
Should I run to the right side first, left side first, middle first? What am I going to do? I'm trying to struggle and trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to do to get the best result on this course.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Max leaves only 2 targets standing.
Just started, plucking away and trying to get as many shots as I can. I started feeling rushed at the end. Had a magazine that I actually missed my reload. So I got mags everywhere. I got to go clean, got to get to work for the next one. But I left 2 plates up, so worst that can happen here is somebody cleans it and I'm down 2 plates. You shoot and then you sit back and see if your score is going to hold or not.
It doesn't. Shannon Smith is an instructor at the Universal Shooting Academy. That makes this his home range. And his score of 33 is 1 better than Max, giving him the win on the opening stage.
The good news is he's got to shoot the next stage first, so he'll show me how to do it.
Hot Shots is presented by Cheaper Than Dirt, America's ultimate shooting sports discounter, and sponsored by Daniel Defense, lighter, stronger, better. Mossberg and the 930 JM Pro, the official shotgun of Jerry Miculek. Colt, champion three-gunner Clint shoots the Colt CCR Pro. And by Freedom Munitions. Freedom starts here. Hot Shots proudly support the National Rifle Association. We'll even pay $10 of your new or renewing NRA membership when you sign up through HotShotsTV.net. You probably wouldn't have too hard a time guessing what Jerry Miculek and family like to do on the rare days they're not on the road competing.
You know what we're going to do, guys? Let's talk it over a little bit before we shoot it. 2 targets here, 2 targets from anywhere on this rifle position, and 2 from the rooftop. Switch straight up. Okay. Ought to be quick. It's going to be harder than it looks, though, I can tell you that.
You'll typically find them at the far end of shootout lane, always trying to get better.
Let's see. Timer is, who has the timer? For the past 17 years, I've lived on this 150-acre shooting complex. Amongst all this junk, we have a timer somewhere, don't we? It affords me the luxury of having a place to train. I can chronograph out of my backyard. If I'm working on ammunition, I can run right down to the rifle range and sight in. Oh, we have a timer. It's even working. Must be living right. If I didn't have this facility here to train on constantly, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. It's ready. It's ready to play. Are you ready to play?
I think Lena beat me on that one, which is totally unacceptable.
All the time.
Totally unacceptable, so I have to pick up the pace here.
Next up for the Miculeks is a long drive to Kentucky for the Ricasso ProAm, which has become one of the biggest three-gun matches in the country. Today is about making sure they're ready and that each is preparing at their own pace.
You are finished. Safety on. Show me a clear chamber. I personally try to micromanage everything. So you pretty much, when you run into the position, see how the magazine's hitting in the forearm, you can always just stick a finger under here and get some direction change really quick, and that seems to turn off everybody.
Okay.
So I have to realize that and just step back and just give it some air and let it happen at its own pace. I like it when I'm lucky. 2 alpha, 2 alpha. Yep, 2 in the neck. All right, hey, got lucky. Nothing like a good cold run first thing in the morning. Build the inspiration.
The second stage at the Pro-Am Championship is turning into a race in more ways than one. Florida's infamous summer showers look poised to wreak havoc on one of shooting's most prestigious events.
You can see it, I can feel it and hear it. I'm on this range so much throughout the year, I know exactly what's going to happen before it happens.
With the rain holding off for the moment, this is the rare time when shooting first might be an advantage.
Now I'm just saying, put me to the front of the order as quickly as I can get, because I want to get in to the stage, get it complete, and get back to the overhead cover, so I'm not the guy that's running around on this wooden platform, slipping around and losing time because of it.
Shannon Smith leads Max Michel by 1, and at the Pro-Am, the leader shoots first.
For me, it's an advantage at this point. Yes, I'm losing by 1 plate, but I can watch Shannon shoot and see exactly how much time is left on the clock when he's complete.
Stand by. Stop.
Got them all.
Got them all.
Smith easily handles all 33 targets and beats the rain.
All right, let's go. Hurry up, set these targets up. Let me get on the range. Let's go.
Unload and show clear.
Thank God for our part time.
Max matches Smith shot for shot.
Wasn't my prettiest performance on this one, but I was able to go shot for shot with Shannon and shoot down all the targets and get it done within the allotted time. And it was just in the nick of time because here the rain comes.
Mother Nature is obviously unaware of the rules of chivalry as Brooke Savigny takes the worst of it. Casey Eusebio doesn't fare any better.
I don't know. I need to go to church.
But not even divine intervention could save him this time. The worsening weather and gun problems on the first two stages forced KC to withdraw from the match. As the weather goes from bad to worse, the Super Squad heads to stage 3, with Max Michel trailing Shannon Smith by a single point.
It's going to be an extremely tight match all the way through. Shannon's one of those guys that is very, very accurate and makes very small mistakes, if any. But the weather rolling in is going to play a huge factor in the outcome of this one.
Today's ultimate performance, presented by Cheaper Than Dirt, is from J.J. Ricasso at the 2011 U.S. PSA Handgun Nationals in Las Vegas. J.J.'s blazing run on stage 19 gives him the stage win, en route to a second-place finish at the National Championship. J.J. Ricasso with today's ultimate performance, presented by Cheaper Than Dirt, America's ultimate shooting sports discount.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, sir.
12.
For the Miculeks, everything is a competition. Even a 3-gun stage they've concocted, where they'll first run their shotguns, then a .22 pistol, then a .22 rifle.
Starting the box muzzle up, solve the problem. Got 2 no shoots, 1 on each side. When you're coming into this one, you have to have a totally stopped, dead gun, plus the sun is in your eyes. You got all the excuses in the world right here to hit a no shoot, but don't do it. As a father, I want to jump in there and just overload it with information. So if you want to come into the 180 and break the shot, you can do that. She's got some of that mom's killer instinct in her, you know, so women are like that, so I think she's got a good future. You should have a sight picture plan for every target in your brain there.
Y'all actually want me to go first?
Yes. Stand by.
For Jerry, this will be his final run before the family leaves for Kentucky. And to make it even harder on himself, he's not wearing his shooting glasses, opting instead for his reading glasses. Anything to try to improve.
I think one of the reasons I'm still in the game, I'm still in this fight, is my ability to relearn. I believe actually nothing is ever correct. It's only an adaptation for the moment. I'm still evolving. I've probably going through 5 major changes in my shooting career where I've changed everything, and I'm willing to evolve again to the next level, whatever it takes.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
Pretty good shooting for not having your shooting glasses on. Try and learn is not to use the sights as much, if that makes any sense. The way these matches are run now with these 2 anywhere hits, you point shooting more than you're actually aiming. So I'm trying to shoot really without seeing my sights too well. So I have my regular reading prescriptions on, so I don't see much of anything, and just trying to point shoot them. Stay honest and run fast as I can. So keep up with the young guys.
Next week, he'll be going head-to-head with one of the best of those young guys.
Man, it's been forever since Jerry and I have actually shot against each other at the same match. just crazy the way it's worked out for about the past year. Either I've not been able to make it somewhere, or he hadn't been able to make it somewhere, and it's just been a long time since we've actually shot against each other and squatted together.
Today, a photo shoot has Clint in full uniform at his home range in South Carolina. He's got a 3-gun stage of his own set up, which will require a minimum of 30 shots. In his mind, running it in less than 20 seconds will let him know his game is peaking just in time for his showdown with Jerry. 17.68 seconds. Clint versus Jerry is 1 week away.
You got to be on your game shooting against Jerry. He don't leave the door open much, and you better come in there with your head screwed on straight, ready to go.
The Pro-Am Championship has officially become a slogfest. But these are exactly the kind of conditions that can separate champions from the rest of the pack. It's the type of situation that Max Michel welcomes.
Guys can go out there in the beautiful Florida sun and do certain things, but when the rain comes or the conditions change, whether it's cold and muddy and nasty out, it's the mental preparation and the mental capacity to be able to move past that and continue to perform at a high level. And I truly feel that's one of my strengths.
Stand by.
His run isn't perfect, but it's enough to grab a 1-point lead over Shannon Smith in the overall standings.
It wasn't anything spectacular. You know, you're on hold waiting for the weather to clear. Next thing you know, you're up on line ready to shoot. So there's a lot of things going on. It's just, again, little mistakes. Look at that, that's a warrior bleeding here. Now, you know, it's just little mistakes here and there that I did not make last year that I was very proud of, and I'm starting to see some of those mistakes come out. And I'm just trying to minimize them now. I know what they are, I have to minimize them. Anytime the gun goes click and you have to rack it, you're losing plates. I need to correct it now before we get any deeper into the match.
On the 4th stage, Max watches as Smith struggles. It's an opening for the defending champion.
Shannon had a few issues here. You hate to see your buddy have those problems, and for him in particular, being an old Army buddy of mine, I mean, he's just a good person in general. But you see an opportunity here. You're not trying to concern yourself too much with somebody else's performance, but I see this as an opportunity to separate myself from my peers within this competition, and I need to go get it.
And bye.
Only Bob Vogel's score of 40 is better. As the first half of the season's first major wraps up, Max Michel now holds a 7-point lead over Smith. But the weather isn't getting any better, and the competition won't get any worse. If it's the first leg of the Triple Crown that he wants, Max knows he'll have to earn it.
Conditions are what they are. Luckily, we're all squatted together. So everybody's got to deal with the splotting on their scope with the dot, and everybody's got to deal with running, slipping around. So as long as we all shoot the same time, same day, you can give us any conditions, and whoever knocks down the most plays is going to win.